Hey, what's up, cooking squad? It's your girl Tay, and I am back with another cooking video. Y'all, today is another great cookbook collab with Tamara, our host from Southern Wife Everyday Life. I will leave her link down in the description bar below. She does all kinds of different videos, lifestyle videos, cleaning videos, cooking videos, you name it, she do it. So y'all go and check out her channel, and also check out the cookbook playlist that I will leave down in my description box as well, so you can see all the other great recipes that all the other great ladies are making in this collaboration. So without further ado, let's get started. So today's recipe will be coming out of A Year of Holidays by the Pioneer Woman Cooks. And they have a lot of great recipes in this cookbook, and I will leave this cookbook down in the description box below if you would like to purchase it. So today's recipe, I will be making the caramel apple sweet rolls, and this recipe is actually in the Christmas section of this book, but I thought it would be great for Thanksgiving. So this is what we are going to be making today, some caramel sweet rolls, and these are all the ingredients that I will be using. And we are also going to be making the dough, and our dough is on a different page, so we are going to be making that as well. So first we are going to start off by making our filling. Right now I am peeling my Granny Smith apples. You do not have to peel the apples, you can leave the skin on, but I don't like the skin on my apples, so I chose to remove mine. And so now I'm just going to cut up my apple and put them in my Nutri chopper so the apples can be nice and even and all the same size. So once we have finished cutting up all of our apples, we are going to throw them in the skillet over medium heat and stir them around to cook. After 3 to 4 minutes, when they've gotten nice and golden brown, remove them to a plate and let them cool. So next we are going to throw in a stick of butter and the brown sugar into the skillet over a medium heat and stir it around until the butter is melted and the sugar is dissolved. And then next we are going to pour in our cream. We're going to stir it around and let it bubble up and thicken for about a minute. Then we are going to turn our heat down to low, then add the apples back into our skillet and sprinkle on some cinnamon. We're going to stir the mixture and let it thicken for another 1 to 2 minutes. And then we are going to spoon it into a bowl to let it cool. So next we are going to attempt to make some dough. You're going to see what I'm talking about in a minute. We're going to add in some milk, some canola oil, along with some sugar. And we are going to heat it almost to a boil. Then we're going to turn it off the heat. Let the mixture cool until it's warm, but not too warm. And then we are going to add in our flour, along with our yeast. And we are going to stir it around until it is all combined. It will be super sticky, but that's okay. So as you can see, my dough is a little loose, so I did add in a little bit more flour to thicken it up a little bit. And I'm just going to give that a good stir until it is well combined. So y'all, this dough was giving me a really hard time. I didn't know if I was doing it right because I did half of the recipe, so I don't know if I put the correct measurements in there to why it wasn't getting to the doughy consistency that I thought it was supposed to be. So now I'm just gonna top it with a paper towel until it rises for about an hour. And this is how it looks after an hour, y'all. And then I just added in some more flour. I don't think this dough came out the way that it was supposed to, but I'm adding in some baking powder, and I'm also going to add in some salt. And I'm also adding in some baking soda. So now I'm just mixing all of the ingredients in, trying to get this dough the way I think it's supposed to be, because this is my first time making dough. I never made it before, so I attempted to do it for this recipe, but I did not have any success. So I wound up using some crescent rolls, which you're gonna see in a minute, where it wasn't crescent rolls, it was crescent dough. So it was just a dough, so it wasn't rolls. And I tried to roll this on my little cutting board, but that didn't work because of the hole that was on it. So I decided to grab some parchment paper and added some flour on that, and put that on the dough on the parchment paper. But as you can see, it was just sticking and it was just giving me a hard time. I didn't know if it was supposed to be like that or not, so I just gave up on this dough. I tried to flatten it out with my hand. Yeah, this dough was giving me a really hard time, so I was just like, forget it. So thank God I had some crescent rolls in the refrigerator. Save the day, okay? But anyway, y'all, I just rolled that out. It was the crescent dough. It was just some dough that was already together in a can, and I just patched a hole up right there, as you can see. And then I just added the toppings on, just spread it out across the dough, and then I'm just gonna fold it up, and we are going to attempt to slice this in little rolls so we can bake them in the oven. So I just rolled it up. As you can see, the sides was coming out. I mean, the juice was leaking out. I don't know what I did wrong with that part, but I just cut it up and set it to the side, and we are just going to cut up the rest of the pieces. At this point, I was just done and over it, so I was just trying to get this done as soon as possible because I spent a long time trying to get this dough together, and it was a really long process. And the fact that I waited that long and it still didn't come out right was a complete bummer. But anyway, I'm just going to grab my pan. I'm going to spread with some Baker's Joy, and then I'm just going to put our rolls in the pan, and then we are going to let them bake on 375 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. So while our rolls are baking, we are going to make our caramel icing. We're going to melt a stick of butter in a saucepan over medium heat, and then we're going to add in some brown sugar. We're going to let it melt, then whisk in the cream. We're going to cook it for about 2 minutes, whisking constantly, then remove from the heat. So once we have removed our sauce from the heat, we are going to sift in some powdered sugar and salt and stir until you have a smooth icing. our rolls are just about done. So now we are just going to take our icing and pour it all over the top of our caramel apple sweet rolls. So y'all, that is it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. As you can see, this recipe was a fail. But I hope it still tastes good. But anyway, y'all, make sure y'all go and check out Tamara's page from Southern Wife Everyday Life. I will leave her link down in the description bar below. And also make sure you go and check out the cookbook playlist so you can see all the other great recipes that the other ladies made in this collaboration. And I will see y'all in the next cooking video. Peace out. I hope this tastes good.